attendance, please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome all of our friends and neighbors and colleagues in joining us in this regularly scheduled March 4th, 2024 City Council meeting. And what a beautiful night it is in March. You should count our blessings. As you come in tonight, which would be to my right, to everyone out in the audience's left, you'll come through a set of double doors. Next to those doors, there's a desk. On that desk, there's a sign-in sheet. If you're a guest with us tonight, please sign in. City Clerk, can I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Morse.
Here.
Palladino.
Here.
Pratt. Here. Sharp.
Here.
Soha.
Present.
Stuchel. Veer. Wolfram.
Here.
Mayor Stockford.
Here.
You have 7 present, Mayor.
Thank you, Katie. We'll move into approval of agenda. I notice we've got one change to make to the agenda tonight. It is a new business item, street closure for replacement of a crane. Are there any other changes that need to be made to the agenda tonight? Seeing none, can I have a motion to add what would be new business item H, street closure request placement of crane?
So moved. Support.
Motion on the floor from Councilman Morrissey, seconded by Councilman Soha. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Can I have a motion to approve the amended agenda? Motion on the floor from Councilman Morrissey, seconded by Councilman Soha. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We've got an agenda. We'll move into public comment on agenda items only. During this time, the podium will be open. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Please limit your trips to 1 to the podium. And remember, this is agenda items only. So if you want to speak on something during this particular public comment period, make sure it has a direct tie to something present on the agenda. The podium is now open.
Hello, Jeff Fazekas, 126 State Street. I thought I had 5, but it's I guess reduced to 3. I apologize. I'm here basically on 2 issues related to the reinstatement of the loose leaf pickup. And my wife told me instead of yelling at you guys, I should probably tell you a story. So as we get into March here, we all pretty much are going to be going on spring break, most likely. Last year, we went to Florida. We drove 48 hours back and forth. So like the city council, I was thinking about how can I save money and time and use that money and time for my benefit. So I went down a rabbit hole and I thought to myself, how about I buy a jet? I could be in Florida and back in 3 hours. Makes sense, right? And that time saved, I figured it was gonna cost me $12,000 for 48 hours back and forth with everyone in the car. I can now save $11,000 a year going on vacation by having a jet. I have disposable income that I could probably find $2 million to buy a jet. Makes sense, right? Save that money every year, spend the $2 million, and have fun. So I go to the wife, who's very reasonable, tell her the idea, and she says, are you nuts? First of all, where are you going to put it? In the backyard? I'm like, well, I didn't think about that. Where am I going to maintain it? Maintenance. Who's going to maintain it? Don't know. Didn't think about it. She goes, I like the idea of flying. We can rent seats. We can go rent seats on a plane. Modest cost, be real reasonable, save all that money, put it in investments, let it go. I said, you're right. So basically I'll save right around $9,000 in yearly manpower expense by going on vacation, by flying versus driving. So where I'm going with this is we, in 2021, bought a $250,000 toy that gets used once a year. Once a year. We have to maintain it, we have to house it. Last year, not 2023, but 2022, I don't even remember seeing it out. We were using the big dumpster, or the big utility vehicle, which we've done for 30 plus years. So here we are again now, looking to spend $36,000 on a flail mower, which I was like, wow, that's quite a bit. So within 30 minutes, quickly did a little call to Bobcat in Coldwater and said, how much can I get a forestry mulcher for 2 days, which based on what I saw in the data, we're going to reduce down to 2 days of use a year, $3,000. So based on that data, that means we can go 12 years using this piece of equipment by renting it versus owning it. Not having to maintain it, not having to store it. Then, what else do we have to look at here? The fact that trees don't grow overnight. Some of us like to think they do, but they don't. So really, are we gonna use this machine every year? Or is it maybe every couple years, maybe every 3 years? And at that point, we're spending $36,000, which could be spent via lease or rent over a 36-year time period. Which at that point, if you invest the money, it really didn't cost you anything to rent the equipment. And you still have the savings. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Any more public comment regarding agenda items? Seeing none, we'll close the podium and we'll move into the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, we've got approval of bills, city BPU claims of February 15th, payroll of February 29th, city council minutes of February 19th, finance minutes of February 19th, public service minutes of February 26th. There's a street closure for Hillsdale College's Taste of Manning event. It's a yearly event. A noise variance request for Hillsdale College's Central Hallapalooza event, another yearly event. And then a farmer's market street closure request. Signs of spring. Any discussion on any of the items in the consent agenda? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Motion on the floor from Councilman Morrissey, seconded by Councilman Soha. May I have a roll call, City Clerk?
Councilperson Palladino,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Soha,
Yes.
Wolfram,
Yes.
Mayor Stockford,
Yes.
Councilperson Morrissey.
Yes.
7-0 approved.
Thank you, Katie. Are you all right? You got a cold, Katie?
My voice is kind of shot, but good. I'm okay.
Sorry to hear that. Try to not ask you too many questions tonight then. All right, we will move into communications petitions. Item A, the only item, Hillsdale County Commissioner update. Commissioner Ingles.
Yes, I do have one tonight. Thank you, Mayor, Council, City Manager. Adult use marijuana payments based on revenues collected in fiscal year 2023 was published in February 2024, this last month. In Hillsdale County, there are 8 licenses. The county was paid, or will be paid, $472,690.80. Village of Camden has 4 licenses, totaling $236,345.60. Jefferson Township, 1 license. 1 license is $59,086.35. And the city of Reading has 3 licenses, and they will be paid a total of $177,259.05. In neighboring communities, Village of Addison has 2 licenses, $118,172.70. City of Adrian has 11 licenses. Their total will be $649,949.85. And City of Coldwater also has 11 licenses, again totaling $649,949.85. Statewide, there's 99 cities, 30 villages, 69 townships, and 71 counties that participate in the adult use marijuana payments, and their total is $87,093,279.90. I thought this was good information. I received it last Friday, and I wanted to share with City Council. In addition, the Hillsdale County boards and commissions have openings. Committees, for example, are the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, Building and Electrical Inspectors, Hillsdale County Planning Commission, and so on. There's several boards and commissions that do have openings. Anyone who is interested, in the public as well, should contact the city clerk. Historic Renaissance will be present and present a courthouse renovation project report at our March 12th meeting. Hillsdale County Board of Commissioners meet at the county office building in the conference room on the 2nd floor. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. and the public is welcome and invited to the meeting, or the meeting can be viewed on the county's YouTube channel. Again, Historic Renaissance will be providing an update. And that is my information for you tonight. If you have any questions, please ask.
Thank you, Doug.
Yep,
Councilman Sharp.
Let's talk about the marijuana thing.
yes,
Let's talk about Camden.
yes,
Let's talk about Reading. Most of their customers come from Indiana.
okay.
And now they're worried about, with Ohio legalizing it, they're gonna lose some of that revenue too. Yes, Coldwater has many facilities, and they also cater to them. I am still to the point, I would not support having a marijuana facility in the city of Hillsdale. We might as well legalize putting stills in our backyard too, if we're gonna do that. No, if these people wanna go and get them, there's plenty of places for them to go. It's just something I do not agree on, and I would never support. Thank you.
The reason I bring it up is for just because I didn't know if you were aware of the number of dollars involved.
Yeah.
It's quite substantial, and in fact, I can say that Hillsdale County has had almost $1 million in the last 4 or 5 years. And if you look at what's in Hillsdale County, between the county share and the villages, cities, townships, we're just under $1 million for this past year. And I just didn't know if you were aware of that. More than aware. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't think you were advocating that we should have marijuana facilities. You know, just for the public's sake, because I hear this all the time from people. I get people that are like, why don't you guys let marijuana dispensaries in town, fix some of them streets? You know, when the vote for legalization came up in the city of Hillsdale, it failed in the city of Hillsdale. The residents of the city of Hillsdale did not want recreational marijuana. They voted against it in every single ward. So, you know, when you're a representative up here, and this is not, I'm not talking to you, Doug, this is for the public's sake, but, you know, I think the residents spoke, and it would have been a real slap in the face for city council to turn around and say, well, you guys voted against this, but we want the money. So, Camden and former Mayor Sessions has basically turned Morenci into Marijuanaville over there, so they can have their facilities over there. I would rather face my constituents and let them know that I followed their wishes on this one. But I definitely didn't take that as you advocating that we should start bringing dispensaries into the city. Councilman Wolfram.
Can you repeat how much the county got?
Hillsdale County will receive $472,690.80. And that's up from last year. Last year, the amounts per was $51,000 thereabouts. This year, they raised it $8,000 to $59,000. The thought was, due to other dispensaries in other states, that the amount would be reduced. In fact, the amount went up this year.
So, but it was, you said it was $472,690?
And 80 cents, yes.
Okay, great.
And that equals the total that the cities, villages, and townships got, because there's a split.
A split 50-50? Okay. And that ends in from February to February, is that the?
We got the publication last week, so it was typically last year about this time too.
Oh, so it's for the, it is
It's for
the calendar-
2023.
It was for the calendar year 23, but
Right.
you just found out, that they just reported it.
Right.
Okay.
And it will be applied to our general fund for 24.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any more questions for the commissioner? Thank you, Doug.
Thanks.
Alrighty, we will move on in the agenda. I've got no introduction, adoption of ordinances, public hearings, no old business, so we'll move into the first item of new business, which is just to set a public hearing to amend the ordinance requiring occupancy permits for owner's principal residence. I see Kim's not up here. Dave, do you have something to add to this besides just setting the public hearing?
No, this is just to set the public hearing, and again, it's, as it states in the title, it's the, basically, not have, owner-occupied homes have to have the occupancy inspection.
I like it. Any discussion? This is to set a public hearing for April 1st. Note that this would be for not the next meeting, but the meeting after that. First meeting in April. Councilman Palladino.
I'll just say, we brought this forward. You have to pay $50 currently simply to submit an inspection for your home that you already got. which is, often $300-400. So you own the property, if there's an incentive for you to take care of it. Didn't feel that this was necessary. More practically speaking, there doesn't really seem a whole lot the city can do under the current ordinance. You submit the inspection, pay a fee, and the city doesn't have any further action there. So basically just paying them to give them the inspection report. Even if the inspection comes back poor, the city can't act on it. So it's basically just a fee without a purpose currently.
Thank you, Councilman Pellegrini. Councilman Sharp?
This is only for owner occupancy, it's not for renter, correct?
That's correct.
That's why I wanna make sure we keep the renter thing, always the inspections done, because we do have some questionable slumlords in this town. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Sharp. This is just to set a public hearing, April 1st. Any more discussion? Do I have a motion to set the public hearing?
Second.
Motion on the floor from Councilman Soha, seconded by Councilman Palladino to set a public hearing for April 1st, our first meeting in April. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right, we will move into item B in new business, which is use and occupancy permit application and inspection fees increase. And David.
Thank you, Mayor. As again, the subject indicates, this is on the use and occupancy permit, and it's actually proposing to increase the fees on the application and initial inspection from $50 to $100 to actually cover the cost. And then on any repeat inspections, increasing those from $25 to $50. Again, this is simply to get closer to covering the cost of these inspections.
Thank you, Dave. Any discussion on this item?
Yeah, so here we have the same problem. We're not really sure exactly how these can be enforced. Part of the problem is that the code enforcement doesn't have a whole lot of time to enforce them because they're sending out so many of these use and occupancy permit for principal homeowners that they don't actually have time to follow up, it sounds like. The other problem is we're sending a fire engine and a fire department employee, fireman, out to perform these inspections. So they're, what do we say, $80 in inspections, so we're losing money on them every time.